Antonio Brown's announced trade request confirmed that he won't have the Jerome Bettis exit from Pittsburgh. He won't have Hines Ward's teary yet triumphant press conference. He won't get anything close to what Joe Greene, the most revered Steeler of them all, received when he announced his retirement after turning around the franchise. Instead, Brown will be remembered in an entirely different vein. He won't be cast in the same light as Kordell Stewart, who was not resigned by the Steelers after the team decided to go in another direction. His exodus won't be compared to Franco Harris's either, as Harris, like Greene, a crucial piece of the Steelers' 1970s dynasty, did far too much during his career with the Steelers to let one season in Seattle eternally impact his legacy in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately for Brown, the first great Steelers player to force his way out of Pittsburgh, will now have his unceremonious ending in the Steel City become part of his enduring legacy. There's no way around that, but that's not the only thing Brown should be remembered for. Not even close. One of the joys of covering the Steelers over the past 4 years was watching the weekly exploits of Brown, who had his best statistical season my first year covering the Steelers for 247 Sports back in 2015. Every week, you could count on Brown doing something you hadn't seen before, usually making plays that would turn the game in the Steelers' favor. My enduring Antonio Brown memory? Watching him dominate the Oakland Raiders in Week 9 of the 2015 season. And Roethlisberger playing through an injury, and with the underdog Raiders threatening to upset the playoff-bound Steelers, Brown set franchise records with 17 receptions for 284 yards. His final catch, a 57-yarder from Landry Jones that set up the game-winning field goal, produced the image that I will always think of first when Antonio Brown's name is mentioned. Brown tallied a career-best 1,834 receiving yards that season while winning his third of 4 team MVP awards. The next season, Brown's immaculate extension propelled Pittsburgh to an AFC North Division title. 2 weeks later, his 2 touchdowns helped the Steelers blow out the Dolphins in the AFC wildcard round. His 100-plus receiving yards, that included a crucial third-down catch, the following week helped Pittsburgh advance to the AFC Championship game. Brown's 2017 season was one Steelers fans won't soon forget. Despite missing most of the team's final 3 games with an injury, Brown caught 101 passes for 1,533 yards and 9 touchdowns while making a slew of clutch catches that enabled the Steelers to win 13 regular season games. Brown, who may have become the first receiver to win the league's MVP award before sustaining his Week 15 injury, was less than 100% for Pittsburgh's divisional round playoff game against the Jaguars. Despite his injury, Brown fought his way to 7 receptions for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, as the Steelers fell by 3 points in what would be Brown's final playoff game. As a member of the Black and Gold, his final stat line in his final game with Pittsburgh reads as follows: 14 catches on 18 targets, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Even when opposing defenses knew the ball was coming his way, Brown found a way to, time and again, to come through. That's why his teammates, despite some of the cons that come with him, clamored for Brown to return to the team when asked about his future in recent weeks. Unfortunately for them, and for fans that loved watching his exploits on a football field, Brown will not be returning to Pittsburgh, as many fans will remember him in the same vein as Barry Bonds, who unceremoniously left the Pirates after yet another disappointing playoff run in 1992. And while fans are well within their rights to be upset with Brown, this writer will remember Brown for the thrills he provided on a weekly basis while developing into one of the most talented individuals in franchise history.